Same levels with it, yeah, on the same. Say less, I ain't gonna say.
Got myself a new phone, and on my previous phone, when I hit record, the music stops, but obviously not with this phone. So that's just a bit of background information for you guys. Anyway, the reason why I'm here to talk to you guys is to refer to what happened over the weekend with this Misfits boxing, KSI and them man. You know them man there? KSI will be fighting Dillon Danis in a celebrity YouTube boxing match. I don't even know when it is. I think it's January in Wembley in the UK. And the reason why I felt compelled to talk about this, by the way, my name's Rahul J. Chan. This is the Battle Camp. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. The reason why I felt compelled to talk about this is, how has Dillon Danis gone from being a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prodigy, a blue chip prospect in professional mixed martial arts, to a guy that is boxing KSI after, what, 2-3 years of inactivity? Like, I can't even remember the last time he had a fight, an actual real fight in MMA. Like, I'm pretty sure his record is 2-0, something like that, in the professional ranks. I don't know how many amateur MMA bouts he had prior to signing to Bellator. But when he signed for Bellator, he was at the peak of his powers in terms of commercial leverage. Conor McGregor's right-hand man, since it kind of just feels like they're not actually really as close as Dillon Danis likes to make out. Because I remember there was a long period when Dillon Danis used to post pictures of him and Conor McGregor with captions like "brothers in arms," that kind of stuff. They say blood is thicker than water, and then something profound afterwards. But with them two, we're in designer shirts posing in front of the camera, stuff like that. But the point I'm trying to make is, when he signed to Bellator, I'm assuming he was on a decent contract when he signed with Bellator. And I appreciate that he's had injury after injury, troubles with his knee, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. But this man was, at one point, like a genuine prospect that this guy could potentially be a top-level mixed martial artist. And look how things have just unraveled. And a lot of it's down to his own doing. And you know what the sad thing is? Like, he's pulled himself down to this level with all of these YouTube kind of celebrity boxers and stuff like that. And he keeps getting punked. He keeps getting punked by these YouTubers. It's just, he's taken a lot of L's over the last couple of years. And he's now going to box KSI. And I don't know how much training Dillon Danis has been doing. I don't know how capable he is on his feet, because I can't judge him off what he did a couple of years ago in his MMA fights, because he didn't look too clever during those bouts. But he got the wins, right? He can't take KSI to the ground in this fight. And KSI, if KSI boxes his ears off him, then Dillon Danis will be firmly in the mud right next door to Manchester United Football Club. Like, honestly, like, to me, I don't know how much he's getting paid. To me, the risk just seems way higher than the reward on the back end of it. And I feel like Dillon Danis is a man that he's addicted to the clout. All he cares about is clout, people saying his name online. And he hasn't dedicated himself to the sport of MMA, and it doesn't feel like he's tried to better himself as a fighter. All he does is go online, talk about how he can, literally any fighter you name, he's probably said on Twitter at one point that he'll beat him up. Light work, easy work, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. And now you're going in there with a YouTuber. And if this YouTuber beats you up, then, I mean, there's not much. How do you come back from that? Do you know what I mean? But hey, it's his life. He lives it how he wants to live it. I just don't see any value in this fight for him if he's serious about being an actual fighter. And actually, you know what? it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident that he isn't serious about being an actual fighter. Because who's his team? Who's his camp? Who does he train with? Do you know what I mean? Like, you always see him about, but he's like a nomad almost when it comes to actually having a team, having a foundation in the sport. He's just a guy that was really, really good at BJJ, and he tried to move over to mixed martial arts, and obviously it's an experiment that hasn't worked because he's boxing KSI. Who knows what's going on with his Bellator deal? Because he was signed, I'm assuming, to an exclusive Bellator deal. Coca is obviously relaxed on that front in terms of allowing his fighters to fight for different promotions. We saw MVP do it with bare knuckle against Perry not so long ago. So I'm not saying that it would have been difficult for him to, you know, get this deal over the line while maintaining his Bellator contract, but he's been so inactive and hasn't fought an MMA fight in so long. Is his Bellator deal still intact? Do you know what I mean? So if he loses this fight, is he going to be stranded without a professional fighting contract with any organization, with his value in the market in the mud, firmly next to Manchester United Football Club? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit of a sticky one still. But like I say, I've just said this earlier on, but I'm going to repeat myself. Maybe he just doesn't want to be a fighter. Maybe he just wants to be an online influencer, someone that is, for some reason, managing to grab some limelight for the limited amount of time that it's going to work for him, and try and make as much money as he can doing nothing of value for society, or combat sports for that matter. But that is, to me, it's quite a sad story of a promising talent. And that's all I got to say about that. I haven't done one of these driving videos in a while, so it feels nice to get out on the road and talk to you guys. I'm on my way to my brother's house now. It's 12:48 p.m. England kickoff in T-minus 12 minutes. England against Iran, the first game of the World Cup, and that's what I'm going over there to watch. And I'm looking forward to it. Although it's proper weird, isn't it? The World Cup in this time of year. It's raining outside, if you can't see through the windows. It's cold. I was cold, I was hungry, were you there? It's cold outdoors. And yeah, like, let's get it. Come on, England.